Coming up on this new episode of OTGT, I'm talking about PAX East 2013 and my time over there in Boston, some of the latest releases that I just picked up, and a brand new event that I'm actually heading to real soon. It all starts right now. Welcome guys to a brand new episode of OTGT. I'm Jake James Lugo, the Epic VFM. Got a lot of cool stuff to talk about today. I'm just back from PAX East 2013. I had an amazing time over there in Boston. So many good people that I met over there, both old and new friends alike. So many great things that I saw over there, involving the games, all the different cosplay, and all the amazing different stuff that they had set up over there at the Boston Convention Center. But more importantly, I got a bunch of cool stuff that I actually brought back with me to show you guys, including two big interviews on two major games that I know you guys are really excited about, including Injustice: Gods Among Us and Saints Row 4. So before we get into that, let me kind of give you a little bit of background as far as my trip to PAX. Really cool. I saw a lot of amazing stuff. I even ran into a few familiar faces that some of you guys may know about that, as far as if you follow the gaming media and whatnot. But besides that, saw a whole bunch of friends, got to play a lot of different games, which is really cool. I got hands-on time with Injustice: Gods Among Us, and I also even got some hands-on time with The Last of Us over at the Sony booth. Really cool. It was about a 30-minute demo. I had some things to say about the actual game that I actually talked about on the Co-op podcast or the Reaction Cast over on thecoalition.com. You guys definitely need to check that out if you want to find out more as far as, our time on the showroom floor. But overall, I had an amazing time. It was really cool. I definitely want to go back again. Really fun. The only way that it's going to get even more higher as far as the bar being raised is going to E3, which is like the next logical step. So hopefully down the line I'll be able to do something like such. But as far as PAX East was concerned, really fun. But let's jump right into the mix of things. Let me give you guys a first interview of one of the major games that I actually saw over there for Saints Row 4. What is up, guys? The Epic Jake James Lugo here. I'm at PAX East 2013. I'm hanging out with Steve here, and we just saw Saints Row 4. Okay, game looked awesome. I was really impressed with what you guys brought. So tell us, a little bit what you guys were kind of thinking about going in from Saints Row the 3rd.
Okay, so when Saints Row the 3rd came out, the game was kind of over the top. It's a little crazy, and then you have a choice. It's like, do we go and stay where we're at? Do we stay crazy? Do we blow back? Do we blow it out? Do we go and pull it back? We're like, fuck it, we're gonna double down. We really want to go and take what we did and push that out even further. And so we really took over the top to that one step even further. First game, you're a gang member. Second game, you're a gang leader. Third game, you're a pop icon. Fourth game, President of the United States.
Now, let's talk a little bit about this, okay? Because President of the United States, and one of the cool things that we saw there that you guys were talking about, you talk about superpowers now,
that's right,
which I thought was pretty crazy. Now, tell us a little bit how this whole superpower thing is going to kind of implement not only the story, but also the gameplay, not just single player, but also multiplayer.
Although the gameplay changes everything. Superpowers is a total game changer because now you get to experience the city not just horizontally, but all verticality. You get to now go and leap on top of buildings, running up buildings. You get to go and experience it in a totally different way. So previous parts of the gameplay where you normally wouldn't get to go and do a lot of rooftop action, everything is different. Your enemies, the way you interact with enemies is totally unique now. It's not just shooting guns anymore. You're freezing them, you're lifting up in the air, you're throwing them at airplanes. Like it's insane. And it's really the way all those things layer on top of each other has changed everything. And we have more like in Saints Row 3, we have three gangs, lots of different enemy types. In Saints Row 4, we have one gang, but there's more enemy types within that one gang than Saints Row 3 combined. And so this gives you plenty of opportunities to go and incorporate those different superpowers and different tactics to go and fight these guys in totally unique ways.
Now, speaking of baddies, though, are we going to see more smaller, lesser kind of tier kind of bad guys coming at you aside from the main baddie? And if possible, will they also be getting some sort of superpowers, kind of similar to your own?
Well, I can't talk about everything, but we definitely have a superpowered bad guy that comes in. Like the Zen have their own superheroes. We call them wardens, and they come out to play. And so when they show up, it totally changes the dynamic. We have lots of different tiers of our enemies that you're going to have to engage in different ways.
Now, besides superpowers, obviously weapons. Everybody loves weapons in Saints Row. You guys have some pretty crazy weapons. What can you tell everybody a little bit about some of the new weapons and some of the actual interesting things that you guys are doing from Saints Row 3rd?
Well, we have lots of new weapons in the game. Some of the ones that you saw today, obviously, like the Inflato Ray, is making people's eyes explode.
That was pretty crazy. It reminded me of big head mode from some of older classic games.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Like the dubstep gun, which is also good times. But one of the things that I love all those things. One of my personal favorites is allowing us to go and customize the way that your other weapons look like, right? And so being able to go and not just upgrade them, but changing the way that they look also gives you a whole new way to go and make things feel a little more over the top, a little more crazy. I mean, all of a sudden you're firing the Desperado rocket launcher.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting. All of our weapons had that sort of treatment over it, so you can start really playing.
So let me ask you this then. In relation to customization for the weapons and stuff, are we going to expect things like into like multiplayer where you put like clan tags, put your own custom paint job or anything like that?
Well, most of our stuff for multiplayer is co-op, so it's all co-op centric, and so clan tags are not really playing with so much, but it's more about what are the sorts of things that you can go and create with your friends. And so like there's been some at Office we do lots of like fun co-op duos. We try to go into a lot of screenshots that we go and share, showing some of the things that you've gone and created, and like there's pretty awesome stuff that you can go and make to create unique looks, but not like clan tag stuff. We're not really messing with.
All right, cool. Now, final question: you guys have any sort of ideas or plans for DLC down the line after the initial release, or got any sort of like special things you got germinating in your guys' head?
No, we do actually. There's when we went and made Saints Row 4, we had to go and stop working on Enter the Domination, which was announced earlier. But there's a couple parts of it that we still really like, and we're not really ready to give up on. So I think we might go and take some of our favorite moments of that and create a package that can kind of go and highlight some of those best of stuff that was in the old game that we didn't really have a chance to go and really flesh out the way that we wanted to. So we might bring that in. So
that sounds pretty cool. Well, I can't wait. Your release date, I think you guys said on the show, is about August. Right?
Yep, August 20th.
August 20th. I can't wait. Sounds like it's gonna be awesome. Thanks very much.
Thank you, sir.
Be on the lookout for Saints Row 4, guys. I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace out. Stay epic. Hope you guys enjoyed that interview there. I'm going to give you guys another one in just a sec, but to kind of mix things up a little bit, let's talk about one of the latest releases that just came out not so long ago. First things first, actually right behind me, I'm going to talk about Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for the Nintendo 3DS. This game is really, really cool. I did not expect to like this game as much as I did. I never really sat down and played the first Luigi's Mansion on the Nintendo GameCube. I heard some good things about it. It was a launch title for that system, but never really had some time to jump into it. So going into this, I was a little bit skeptical to see if actually Luigi would be able to hold his own on his own solo game, especially on a much more recent Nintendo platform. I didn't know if the actual game formula was archaic or had it been worn down or whatnot. But I was really surprised to see that it actually was really fun to play. This is kind of like Nintendo's version of Ghostbusters in some sense. Okay, not only is there a great single-player adventure for you guys to kind of explore and really check out, but there's also a really cool and really good and well-handled multiplayer component to this game, which can not only be played locally or with download sharing, or was it share download or something like that, where you're able to share one actual cartridge among multiple 3DS systems, but you can also go online with this game, which is really, really cool. I'm really proud and really glad that a lot more of the more recent Nintendo 3DS titles are going to really have this big component to online play with the Nintendo Wi-Fi network. So that's really, really cool. Overall, I had a blast playing the game. You guys really need to check out this game. You really need to pick it up for your 3DS systems if you haven't already. It's a great addition to anybody's collection for the 3DS. But aside from that, let me bring you guys another interview that I had during PAX East 2013, this time for Injustice: Gods Among Us.
Recording.
What's up, guys? Jake James here with the Coalition. I'm hanging out with Hector. What's happening, my dude? And we're talking about Injustice: Gods Among Us. I just got off from playing this game. I love it. It looks awesome. So let's talk about this, okay?
Right.
What's some of the most exciting things about Injustice that people are really going to get a kick out?
I think, it's twofold, right? If you're just kind of like a regular comic fan, you're going to love being Superman and whooping Batman's ass, or Batman and whooping Superman's ass, or Wonder Woman and beating up Aquaman, or Aquaman beating up Flash, or whatever. I think
Bottom line, somebody's getting beat down.
Yeah, someone's getting beat up at the end of the match, so that's going to be really cool. But, on the technical side, obviously, we're really excited about creating a brand new fighting game experience, something new, something that pushes the genre kind of like forward. And I think that we've done that with kind of like the interactive objects, being able to reach into the background and grabbing stuff and seeing the environments kind of evolve over the match and giving you opportunities to kind of interact with them in different ways. I think that that's something that people are really going to gravitate towards because it's really fun and gratifying to pick up a car and slam it on something. You know?
It's interesting. I mean, what's really cool about this game, what I thought was awesome, not only you guys got the whole tie into the story with the comic book, you know, leading up to most of the events that happened in Justice, but also, not only this is the cast of characters really cool and interesting, but a lot of this stuff, they all interact with each other differently.
Yeah.
It's always so different. Like, what are some of like the really like real popular ones you think that people are going to really take a like?
Well, you know, it's interesting that we have this kind of game moment that happens called Clash, where kind of the two characters go up against each other and they say something custom to each other, and you know, it's all going to be really different. There's no way to say which kind of matchup is going to be the best. I just think people are going to be really kind of surprised when they kind of see the way these characters are interacting with each other, and even in story mode as well. You know, we wanted to develop the Injustice story as something that's never been seen before. So you got good guys going bad, you got bad guys going good. Like, you got people who've never teamed up before are now teaming up. You know, Batman's trying to avenge the Joker. Like, it's just all kinds of like crazy stuff that's going on.
It's like really crazy. It's real epic.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's the good words to kind of describe. But let me ask you this, and I know I asked somebody before, but I'm gonna ask it again. You know, obviously you guys got some pre-order DLC. There's some, you know, the Superman Red Sun, as well as a couple other outfits. Are we gonna have any sort of DLC, you know, as far as outfits for any of the heroes and villains? I gotta hark back to past comic storylines, movies, or even some new stuff like the New 52, for example.
Yeah, you know, actually, if you pre-order the collected edition, you do get the New 52 costume for some of the characters as well. And you know what's cool thing about comics is there's so many different variations of these characters. You know, it's Batman, it's the Flash, but like which Flash, which Batman, which Green Arrow. And with Injustice, we wanted to kind of like reflect that. So we are going to have a number of costumes coming out over the next few months with the different kind of storylines. We have like Nightfall, we have like Godfall, we have Red Sun, we have Flashpoint. You know, we have like all kinds of like different things. And some that you might not have expected. We go back old school and like Golden Age stuff. Like, you know, we have a lot of costumes. It was really cool to develop and kind of like build these characters. So we did the NetherRealm version, and then we did some of the more classic characters as well. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be really good.
Outside of like some of the different costumes and stuff, are we going to see any other Easter eggs that's going to kind of like cater to those hardcore comic fans? Because I know in some of the levels we were playing, we saw characters from the background like those we didn't expect.
Yeah,
which I thought was really cool.
you know, the Star Labs missions are definitely going to have a lot of throwbacks to some of the comics because they're all kind of like storyline based.
Yeah.
Every kind of set of 10 missions is set to a specific character, and that character has kind of a story that they tell, and a lot of them are influenced by, you know, the Red Sun one is a good example where we actually tell kind of the Red Sun story through a number of missions. So stuff like that is definitely, there's going to be stuff in there for the comic book fans. They're going to like it.
Now, one thing I did notice is that when we were kind of playing the game, there was like, now I don't know if Mortal Kombat had the kind of 2 versus 2 for actual fighting. Are we going to get something like that down the line?
Yeah, you know, we decided against tag for this version just because we wanted the backgrounds to be such a big deal. And, you know, the different permutations of, like, you know, having two characters plus the, you know, how many background interactables would just probably be a little bit, you know, like, too much. I think we just wanted to focus on the 1 versus 1, and we didn't want to have, like, you know, kind of any kind of weird stuff like that. So maybe in the future, maybe for future Injustice, we'll be able to implement that. But for right now, we just really wanted to focus in on, like, which one in the match, Aquaman or Wonder Woman.
Alright, so speaking of future, as far as levels and stuff, because obviously the backgrounds are a huge part of the game. As you saw, you could combo off the level, and a lot of the interaction, I thought that was awesome. But again, for the future, maybe with DLC, are we going to get like different levels, like again, harking back to old comics or anything?
You know, like, we thought about that a lot, and the tech hooks are in place. We'll just have to see what the community likes. You know, right now we're focusing on, like, maybe downloadable Star Labs missions and, like, characters for right now, but who knows? You know, we have the technology in place to be able to create whatever we want, so we'll just have to see how much the community supports it.
That's really cool. Now, games coming up for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, obviously. Now, are we going to see some next year's consoles?
Well, if you consider Wii U a next-gen console, then yes, it's on the Wii U as well. But you know, we've really been focusing so much on Injustice and on the current generation that we haven't even begun to think about the next gen stuff. We just want to make this experience as good as possible. You know, there's millions of Xboxes, millions of PS3s out there in the world. There's a lot of fans that are thirsty for a new game experience, and hopefully we're delivering.
I'm excited. I'm impressed. I thought it was awesome. I can't wait to try it. Thanks again, Hector.
Thank you so much.
We will be back with some more footage from PAX East, guys. James Lugo here, the Epic one, April 16th. I will be picking up the tell. So I will see you guys again soon. Peace out and stay epic.
Thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed that interview of Injustice Gods Among Us, guys. Really fun chatting it up with the devs over there and definitely getting some hands-on time with the game. I cannot wait. The game comes out really soon. It's going to be awesome. But let's move on from there. Let's talk about another major release, probably one of the biggest to come out recently that everybody's been buzzing about. Bioshock Infinite for the PlayStation 3 here. It's also out for the Xbox 360 and PC. I picked up the PS3 version as my console of choice. But let me tell you something about this game, guys. The game is awesome. Probably one of the best first-person shooters I have ever played. A really great narrative that drives the entire game that you guys are going to be immersed with when you actually put this into your system. So overall, a lot of cool gameplay mechanics. If you never really played the first two Bioshock games, you won't be lost here. There is some kind of nods here and there to some of the past games, especially towards the middle and end sections of Bioshock Infinite. But the meat of the game, and what really is going to kind of draw you in, is to exploring this actual world of Colombia. A lot of it kind of, takes a lot of homage from early 1900s America, and a lot of different ideas and theologies that they had back then. There is a little bit of an element of racism there, but it's handled in a much more tasteful type of way, rather than grotesque, which is always good because there's a lot of other games sometimes that just have things thrown in there for the sake of throwing in there. But this isn't the case with Bioshock Infinite. You're really going to kind of, get engrossed in what's going on. You're actually going to care about the characters that are, you're actually dealing with and that you're interacting with. Really fun game. I highly recommend it. If you have not played this game, you definitely need to pick it up. It's a worthy addition to anybody's collection, no matter what platform that you pick it up on. I hear that the PC version is really good, especially playing on high settings. But again, even if you don't have access to a high-end PC and either you have a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360, you're definitely going to want to pick this game up. So it's that pretty awesome. I also picked up the season pass for this game. There's going to be a few story-based DLCs that you're going to want to check out, especially if you really love this game. It's going to be awesome. And it also comes with the original Bioshock, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed. So even if you never played the first two games I should say, you definitely won't be lost by picking this game up. So hope you guys like it. Check out Bioshock Infinite. So now we're starting to wind things down a little bit, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. I hope you guys really enjoyed the interviews that I got from PAX East, as well as also some of the talks of some of the latest releases that come out. I've picked up other games besides the two that I had mentioned. I obviously picked up Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate for the 3DS, and also Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for the 3DS. You can see reviews of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon over on thecoalition.com very soon. I have one up now for Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. That's up there. And I think also my friend David from the Coalition, he reviewed Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. So if you guys really want to get a kind of diverse palette of what those games are about, definitely check out thecoalition.com because we got a ton of great content over there. But I also want to mention something else, something much more important and going to be much more fun for me over the next week. I'm actually, again, I found out recently, on a whim, that I'm actually going to Miami Hurricon 2013. It's happening over at University of Miami on April 14th, Sunday from 12 to 7. It's going to be really fun. It's a free anime convention for you guys. So I know a lot of people out there, sometimes they get a little bit worried about, paying for conventions, whether it's going to be good or whatnot, especially if it's not one that they haven't heard of before. But this one's free, and I can tell you, I went there last year and I had a blast seeing all the cool people that were over there, all the great cosplay of people that just came out just to have some fun for the day. It's going to be really cool for me this year because a couple friends of mine that are actually going to be featured as special guests, or as kind of like featured guests or whatnot for the convention, including Gio. You guys better know him as HMK here on YouTube. He's actually going to be doing some cool stuff over there, as well as also they have Little Karibo and his wife that's actually going to be special guests at Hurricon 2013 again this year. In case you guys didn't know, I actually interviewed Little Karibo last year during Hurricon. I'm going to be seeing him again this year, hopefully get some pictures, maybe even another interview or something special for you guys. It's going to be really cool. I can't wait. I always have a blast going to conventions and whatnot. This is going to be no exception. It's going to be the most epic Hurricon ever so far. So I hope to see you guys out there. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of OTGT, and I will talk to you guys again real soon. Peace out. Stay epic, everybody.